Rickey! Hush! The authoritarian rule is coming to an end. How's everybody doing tonight? Awesome, awesome. Well, we're going to kick this party off. Thanks for coming out and being a part of the 40th anniversary for Jonesboro Rotary Club. It is our final meeting as Jonesboro Rotary, and we're just happy that everybody came out. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Beer's on the house. You have to get your own food on the way out the door, but we're going to start off with a quick blessing, and the food is ready to go. And you can just eat at your leisure, and we'll just start talking here in a little while. We've got a bunch of awards to give out and recognitions. All right? Bow your heads, please. Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you so much for a beautiful day and a beautiful night to celebrate 40 years of Jonesboro Rotary. Thank you for all the great service-minded leaders that this club has produced. Thank you for all that Rotary does around the world and helping people eat and drink clean water and get vaccinations and defeat diseases and just everything that you put in our hearts to do in our communities. Lord, bless this food to our bodies and our bodies to your service. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Amen. All right, you can grab some food and start eating. Like the bell. Well, we're going to kick things off because we have quite a long, not a long night, but a fun night of awards and recognition. And we wanted to start off as a club recognizing Angie and Gigi's for hosting us every Thursday at lunch and providing this awesome, great food that we get to enjoy. On her behalf, we're going to present this to Chelsea, her daughter. Angie is at First Baptist Church serving food to folks, of course. But we wanted to give you a check from Jonesboro Rotary for $500 for your mom. Or, you know, whatever. And we just want to give her this award. It's the Community Support Award. And basically, we're thankful that she let us have this spot after COVID, and she's just been an awesome person to work with. Our scheduling and the food doesn't get better than Gigi's creation for food. I think we can all attest to that. So thank you so much for your mom. And Terry McMillian wanted to come up, and he had a few things to say. He might sing a song too. We don't know yet, but hang tight.
Well, I want to say okay, I didn't get some frames, but my first president, I promised him I was not going to impeach him. I was not going to try to send him to jail. So my first president, Larry Akins, will you come up if you don't mind?
Yeah, Larry.
As long as this doesn't turn anyone. Come on, video. Now, Larry, I know you're a good friend.
What do you got?
Okay, I want you to read to everybody what to say to him, okay?
My first president, I promise not to impeach you.
Okay, so you, see, all the presidents, they always get impeached and everything, so we want to make sure that he was, never did get impeached. So
This guy, when I was president, I guess for the second time, he came on the scene, and I think, David, you might have brought Terry in. And at that point, we were trying to recruit as many people in the club to come back into the club. And Terry's videos really helped us and continue to help us. The only trouble is we're on the list now and we get videos from everything. But that's okay.
I have two more to go. I have two to go. John Grant. Yeah. I didn't get my sunshade.
I know. What did you set me up for?
Oh, I'm not gonna set you up anything. Now, like whenever Chad is not here, Chad's been the president
Alright.
probably 1,000 times or more. Him and his dad. But when Chad is not here, John always jump in, and he always like have a happy face. Everywhere you go, John always have a happy face. So I want to give John this little certificate for stepping in and always having a happy face.
Oh, thanks, Terry. Thanks, Terry.
And now the man of the hour. A man of the hour who's responsible for all this good stuff. My good friend, the honorable, the truly, the mighty, the angel, the walking on the water. When I got back from Iraq, Afghanistan, whatever it was, I don't know which one it was. I was in so many of them, running around ducking bullets and bombs and everything. So I started my little company, Brick Capital Video, and I always go into the print shop to get little things done, little small stuff. And Dave and his staff always welcome me with like open arm and a warm heart, and reach out to help me. I mean, little small stuff that I needed to get started, because like Rotary Club is for like business people. So one day Dave said, "Hey, you want to go to the Rotary Club?" I said, "Sure." I didn't know what Rotary Club is. I heard about it, never been associated with it. I went. Then I became a drug dealer. I got hooked. I got hooked on Rotary Club, okay? I just want to make sure that I put that in because I'm on camera. so with great appreciation and sponsoring me to the Rotary Club, I really appreciate you.
All right.
And thanks for inviting me over and walking on the water, and the angel, and all that good stuff. So when you get home tonight, Miss Bobby, cook him his favorite meal for me, okay?
Thanks, Terry.
All right, appreciate that, Terry. And we have a lot of recognitions to give out tonight. We have a long history here. It's our 40th anniversary of being in the Jonesboro Rotary Club. And while it is sad that this is our last official meeting, it's also a great thing that we are joining another club, and we're going to be the most powerful civic club in all of Lee County. We're going to have the most folks conglomerated to hang out together that want to do good in the community, and we'll be under the Sanford name going forward, and we look forward to that. But tonight we just want to recognize the longevity of some of our members and the history of the club, and stay the whole time. You might get an award. We started with the best looking people first and the ugliest ones last. If you get one at the end, don't feel bad. No, we really just wanted to celebrate tonight and show our appreciation to everybody in the club for all you do in the community and for Jonesboro Rotary.
All right.
All right. Well, we have about 17 or 18 awards.
How many people are in
The board, well, 19. But we wanted to, Jonesboro in about, I think June 6th, Jonesboro will be 40 years old. So, and we were established, Sanford Rotary Club established Jonesboro Club. Because back in those days, membership was limited. There could only be one, where there could be 2 real estate people, there could be 2 bankers, and so forth and so on, 2 doctors. And, so Rotary's changed with the times. And I guess 15 or 20 years ago, Rotary did away with the classification, so to speak. So we can have 20 realtors or, 20 printers or whatever now. And of course, they had to do that. We had to open membership up to, you couldn't just restrict it, in other words. But that's why Jonesboro was formed. because Sanford was a growing community, and that was the only way to get more people in the Rotary was to start a new club. So as we're merging, or getting ready to merge July 1st with Sanford, it's only fitting. Look at this crowd tonight. We've got a great crowd. We're going to make Sanford stronger. Jonesboro is going to be stronger. We're going to be part of Sanford. The name's going to stay Sanford Rotary Club, which is celebrating their 100th anniversary, 100th year anniversary this year. So pretty awesome. But anyway, we want to do something special on our last official meeting as Jonesboro. But we will be meeting with Sanford on Tuesdays at the Civic Center at noon. So let's get in the habit of going over there on Tuesdays instead of Thursdays. Other than that, our clubs do a lot of stuff together. We do Rise Against Hunger together, other service projects. It's we know everybody there. So the satellite club is going to stay the same, no changes, other than it'll be Sanford instead of Jonesboro. So we're going to keep. Rotary is not passing on. Rotary is just going to get stronger in Sanford. So anyway, the top of the list tonight, we want to recognize a special lady who's been in our club for 20 plus years, and it's Yvonne Bullard.
Yeah.
Yvonne, you don't need to come up here, Yvonne. I'll take this back there. Yvonne lives in Pittsboro now, but she's still honorary Jonesboro Rotarian. She has been a past president of our club. First woman president. And she's done an awesome job. Back years ago, and I hope she remembers my birthday this year, but every time a Rotarian had a birthday, we had a birthday cake at our lunch meeting. Compliments of Yvonne. And she's not only been a great Rotarian, she's been involved in the Sanford community, the Temple Theater, the gardening club, the women's club, I guess Sanford Women's Club. But she's always been, attending district conferences. I was telling somebody earlier, we were on the Chamber of Commerce board at the same time, and so on 9/11, we were both in Washington D.C. when the Pentagon was here. We were at a meeting in Washington, so we went through that experience, trying to figure out how to get out of Washington amid all the chaos. And instead of a 5.5 or 6 hour drive, it took us about 10.5 hours to get back to Sanford. That's a day that we'll always remember. We were together and we had about 4 or 5 other groups in Sanford. And every 5 years, we get together, that little group, and have a little reunion, our 9/11 reunion. But anyway, on behalf of the club, we want to present Yvonne with a Lifetime Achievement. We're going There we go. So Yvonne is also the best looking person because she got the first one.
Don't be afraid to eat these cookies are dessert. I'm gonna put them in the back. So you don't have to. Yeah.
Why are you putting them in the back? Wait a minute, it says the back.
Come on in, Mike.
Good.
Come on in. continue on. The second best looking person in the room we want to recognize now is Debbie Dobie. So we also want to give Debbie a Lifetime Achievement Award for Jonesboro Rotary. When Debbie moved here, she visited Jonesboro Rotary, and I remember my first conversation with Debbie. She wanted to get involved at the district level, and boy did she get involved. She is Jonesboro Rotary's our only active member who was a district governor of our entire district. And she's been at the district level, she's been Polio Plus chair for 2 or 3 years.
Going into my third year.
Going to your third year. And I know she's going to continue to be involved. Her and Russell are going to transfer to the Carthage Club because that's closer to where they live. So we
and
wish
help
you'd
out
listen.
their membership because they're down to about 9. So we're going to work on that.
She's going to try to revitalize the Carthage Club, but you know you're always welcome in Sanford, and we'll be seeing you at district meetings.
Tempting here.
So let's give Debbie a round of applause. Jonesboro's only district governor. We've had other members who have been district governor, but she was a Jonesboro Rotarian when she was district governor. So thank you, Debbie.
David, I will add, when I moved here in 2018, some of y'all might remember that I came at the end of 2015 and 2016 for about 3 months because Christy was bedridden when she was pregnant with my second grandson. Thanksgiving, she went into the hospital and we had to keep her bedridden, so as long as we could to let that baby. And so you all were so welcoming and you were such a breath of fresh air. And I had to bring my 5-year-old grandson with me. And you all were just awesome with him, even when sometimes he cut up and I was having to try to get him, out the flame door out there because, you couldn't really sneak out much. Yeah. And so when I moved here, of course, then I didn't know I'd be moving up here. And then in 2018, I just knew my heart was going to be with Jonesboro. And so thank you all for that. And I know that you all will continue that with the Sanford Club and be just the awesome Rotarians that this club is.
Thank you, Debbie. All right. We have several other Rotarians who have been recognized for other stuff many times, but Chad and I wanted to continue the Lifetime Achievement Award for members who have just done everything for the club, not just one thing or 1 year, but for many, many years and many, many positions. So the next person we want to recognize is John Ramsperger. John has been a past president. He's always active in the community with Chamber of Commerce.
Third best looking.
But John, if you need anything done, John is the guy. You just need one phone number, and it's his phone number. So,
Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Very sweet.
And the next Lifetime Achievement Award is not with us tonight, but Jim Miller. We'll get this to Jim. Jim has been battling some health issues. He's had shingles, and he's just it's hard to get out, especially in the evenings. But we'll get this to Jim. But Jim came into the club and immediately took a leadership role. He's been our treasurer and our chief fundraiser for as long as I've known him being in the club. Our Pots of Gold fundraiser, Jim does that every year. And how many years have we been doing that? 10 or 15, a lot. And he's done it every year. So when you see Jim, congratulate him, because we certainly want to recognize Jim. The next person, they're getting uglier as we go down. But
About halfway there.
I want to recognize Neil Jensen. Come on up, man.
At least I'm in the middle.
Now Neil is the coolest thing about Neil, in my opinion, he's a West Point grad.
Yeah. Awesome.
And career Army. He's a great guy. But Neil has been our club secretary and executive secretary. But Neil is the one that keeps all our Rotary dues paid. He sends out the billing. There's just a ton of work that a secretary has to do. Probably more than any other position in Rotary, I would say. And Neil has been secretary for years and years and years. And
We're gonna put it on your gravestone,
Yeah.
Jonesboro Rotary Secretary.
but anyway, I put the Army seal on there. So congratulations, Neil.
All right, and
Wait, that's what should have been up near the top.
yeah, I know.
As far as best looking.
Yeah. Well, this is the guy that walked through the snow for 5 weeks to get to Rotary back in the early days. I do not need to be the one recognizing him tonight because I've only spent a short time of his whole entire Rotary career in Rotary. Robert or John or Larry would probably be a better person to recognize. David Spivey, my father over here.
Did you pull that out of the bottom?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Got a birthday coming up. But honestly, like I said, you guys know more about what Dad's done in this club than I do. When I got home from college, the first thing he was like, "Hey, you got to join a civic club. You need to join a civic club. You need to do stuff in the community. You need to do this and this and this." And I mean, he'd already been at it for 20, 40 years. So, I mean, there's not really a role that I'm aware of that you haven't participated in or led to some degree. And as far as I know, clubs like this don't thrive and survive this long without people like David Spivey. And I'm not just saying that because he's my father, but I mean, anytime I need anything, he gets the call. Anytime other clubs call me to ask me something, he gets the call. Makes me look really good and knowledgeable. But yeah, I mean, when did you join Rotary?
1994.
94, okay. And that's not a charter member. We're 40 years old, so we were founded in 85.
I think that's right.
In 85, and we
Yeah,
do have an original charter member here, but yeah, just wanted to recognize Dad. I mean, he does the grants. He deals with all the behind the scenes district governor stuff and our RLI and everything else. So appreciate everything you've done for us over your entire career. As Rotarian. Sanford was asking who wanted to stay on the board, and I was like, not me. And Dad was like, I will. So there you go. There you have it. He's going to volunteer and help us do this merger, but appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah. All right. The next award goes to not only a great Rotarian, but a very close personal friend of mine, who has been a member of Jonesboro Rotary since day one, and the only surviving charter member of Jonesboro Rotary is Robert Gillen. So Robert, on behalf of your 40 years as a Jonesboro Rotarian, we appreciate it. And everybody in here I think knows Robert, but he's a well-known attorney in town. We used to have a white elephant sale, and it was a great fundraiser. And Robert was always the auctioneer. And for that meeting, it was my favorite meeting of the year. Rotarians would bring stuff from home that you haven't put in the junk pile yet, and Robert would auction it off, and we'd always raise $1,000 or so. And I don't remember exactly what we funded with that, but
We bought t-shirts. Yeah, bought t-shirts.
T-shirts for Character Plus. That's right. But we ought to do one more white elephant just so you can.
Well, we could auction this coat off. Well, since David has reminded me that I am the only original member of the club that's still active in the club, I can now tell you that the Jonesboro Rotary Club was my idea. Totally my idea. And so,
With all due humility.
yeah, right. No, but really. Now, my real claim to fame ought to be that I sponsored David Spivey at
Yes.
the Jonesboro Rotary.
That's great.
So, for everything that David did, you're welcome.
All right, we're getting worse and worse looking at it. But now, these next 3 awards are really, as far as the club year, our 3 highest awards. And the first one is the Cliff Peak Award. And for those of you who don't know, Cliff Peak was a Jonesboro Rotarian, lived at Carolina Trace. He had been Chamber of Commerce president at different locations around the country. But when he retired, he told me one day, he was in Chamber of Commerce director at a town in New Jersey. And when he and his wife retired, they didn't want to move to Florida, and they didn't want to stay in New Jersey. So basically what he did, it's kind of like you throw a dart in the middle, and Sanford. They came, Sanford was in the middle. And they came and toured Sanford, they saw Carolina Trace, fell in love with it, and moved here. But Cliff had been a district governor, not in this district, but in another Rotary district when he was here. But Cliff was like my mentor. He's the one that got me involved as assistant governor the first time. And I didn't want to do it, but he encouraged me, and basically I didn't have a choice after Cliff had recommended me. But Cliff was a great member of our club. And anyway, Cliff Peak Award this year goes to Mr. Larry Aiken. Larry, I don't remember. Do you remember the year when you joined Rotary here, when you moved here?
2000.
2000. Okay. 25 years.
And
Well,
79.
You've been a Rotarian since 79.
And this is really fun and close to me because Cliff hated computers. Now, I'm not that good at a computer either, but he was so involved in so many things in the district. He would develop this stuff and he'd say, I need to share this. So here, send this to all these people. And every week I would get that. So I got very, very close to Cliff. And he really was a dedicated Rotarian. There wasn't anything that he would not do for Rotary or for everyone. But thank you very much for this. Can I trade the one I got earlier?
Anyway, Larry's been president at least twice, or 2.5.
Yeah, and once in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and But, you know, we do the Rise Against Hunger grant every year. When I first joined Rotary, we didn't do any grants that I remember. But Larry, when he was a working guy, he was international business, I guess would be a loose term of what you did. But he knew how to get things done internationally. And so when he got involved with Rotary at the district level, he ended up being the grants chair of the district.
Well, it was Cliff that got me into it.
Okay, Cliff Pete got him into it. But once Larry took that role, our club became a district leader in grants. And we made, in 2008, we made a trip to Mexico for about 2 weeks. We toured around. We lived with other Rotarians from Mexico. That's where we stayed during the week. And during the day, we would go around to orphanages, you know, healthcare places, all that.
Every
And
place that Carolyn wanted to see.
yeah, and we would identify, you know, what can we do, what can Rotary do to help fund this, and you know, we kind of settled in sanitation and water. That was like what we were really known for. But Larry also, it was like a $500,000 grant for a water filtration system for a community just outside of Mexico City. So anyway, Larry, on behalf of the club and the district, we thank you for.
And I thank you too for being on that trip, because halfway through it, I got Montezuma. and I couldn't go to several of the events for fear of problems. And you guys filled in, and I really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun though.
We did.
That was a good trip.
But anyway, since that was like, we started those things around 2005, 2006, and you know, and now we try to at least help fund a global grant every year, participate with another club. We do the Rise Against Hunger grant every year, which this year will be our 16th year, this coming year. So we'll continue to do that. So anyway, thank you, Larry. All right, and the next award, again, this is really pertaining to this club year. A great Rotarian, a guy who I didn't really know much about until Rotary, but I want to recognize David Miller. You'll come up, David. Service Above Self Award.
Thank you very much.
So David, for the last 2 years, has been chairman of the Satellite Club. He keeps everybody on their toes. He keeps things organized. He sends out group text and emails reminding people, you know, when we got a meeting, what's coming up. But you've just done a fantastic job,
Well, thank you
Dave,
very much.
and
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm enjoying it.
And we are looking for a new satellite service club chair. David's done it the last 2 years, but if anybody would like to volunteer, know a volunteer, we're going to be looking for somebody to take that over coming July 1. Yeah. All right. All right. So this one should have been up front with Yvonne. Must have got mixed up in the bunch. But this person has really excelled our club beyond what we could imagine and dream. And you always get one of these special people every now and then when you get a group of people together that love to help and serve folks. And for some reason, these certain folks, they stand out. They have the ideas. They're not just ideas. They're thoughts. Their thoughts become actions, and they're not just actions. They're about it. They're so much about it that you're about it. And it's it's like an addiction or an addictive personality trait to be able to get that many people hyped up about doing good for your community or people around the world. And for the last 2 years, this individual has just exemplified what it means to be a leader and especially just a servant in our community. And we want to acknowledge Jamie Kulo for the Rotarian of the Year for 2024-25.
When you explained the order that it was going to be best looking, I was really hoping to be first. But now that I see who preceded me, it makes complete sense. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. She got Rotarian of the Year last year, I believe, also. But just natural born leadership skills, Flights for Hope, the bourbon auction, and I mean, everybody who went to the bourbon auction knew that was an elevated event. It was awesome. So we appreciate everything you do.
And generated over $6,000.
$6,000 in one night. So.
My ex-husband will tell you if I can't do anything else, I can ask for money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a gift. This is the one that should have been at the end, but it's going to be the smallest award we give out tonight. This person, I have known him pretty much my entire life. In college, we would have keg parties, and at 2 in the morning, he would be up vacuuming and cleaning our house while everybody else was sleeping on the couch and the floor and in the closets and everywhere. He has a knack for keeping this world clean, tidy, and looking beautiful. And he even does that to this day on his own road. You can drive by Mount Zion Church Road about any time of day, and you will see him walking up and down the road with his shirt off and a trash bag. He's actually found all kinds of neat treasures. I think he found $500 one time. So not only does it pay off for the community, it pays off for yourself if you're making $500 for picking up trash. But he has been a great participant and a leader in this club. He's kind of driven us to get together and do fun events. He's just fun to be around. He's probably the most fun guy I've ever met in my whole life. He's got the biggest heart, and we wanted to give this Service Project Award to John Cowan. Keeping us clean.
You know, it's funny, when Chad and I were in college, Dr. Jim Toppin was our advisor. We had all the same classes. And he told us, gave us the definition of integrity, which I didn't know what it meant. He said it's having a passion for what you do. And I have a passion for picking up trash. I hate seeing it on the ground. I see it when I drive down the road. I will make a point to go stop my truck. You know, I'm going to the dump, pick up a bag of trash, get it off there. I can't stand it. I actually made a request to the DOT a few weeks ago, or a few months ago. Colin Road was terrible. I don't know if you drove up Colin Road. It was awful. Okay, it's just trash. And I would go and pick up trash, but it would just continue. And finally, I made a request to the DOT, and they came. And one day we were about to go out of town. I said, "What's trash? There's bags of trash, like DOT bags." And they had gone and picked up all the trash, and it made my day. I was like, nobody else cares about this except me. And it was so relieving to see. And you know, keeping the roadsides clean and picking up trash, to me, is just, it makes everything look better, and I have a passion for it. So I appreciate this. It's very nice. That was very good. It's very nice. It's overwhelming. I'm really overwhelmed with joy.
One of the service projects we do is cleaning up river accesses after storms. And I asked him to come help one day because, you know, that and shovel dirt. And I left him there when I went to get off supplies, and I came back. He was like, "Oh, it's bored," so I just picked up all the trash along the riverbanks. And it was like, oh my God, you did all this in an hour. Like, it was 3 or 4 trash bags.
You know, I used to do it with my brother's kids, and then they would do it in the little lake that they have in their neighborhood. You know, if people see you do stuff, it's nice to see little kids take up that sort of, you know, thing that you like, and his kids will go out of their way to pick up cans and stuff on the ground, and it makes you feel good. So I always try to pick up something when you're walking to the grocery store. If you see a receipt, pick it up, put it in the trash can, because you're going to walk by.
All right, well, appreciate it, Cowboy. All right, this next award goes out to another a long-term friend of mine. I grew up with his family. Our families grew up together. We grew up paddling on the river when I was, I don't know, 5, 6 years old, going down the Cape Fear River, in canoes, going through rapids, and
Walking in campfires barefooted.
yeah, stepping on hot coals and going to the emergency rooms, and falling on stakes at the beach and going to the emergency rooms. But this guy, he's been a past president. He joined Rotary, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 10, maybe about 10 years ago. But he keeps us in check. He brings all the gear every Thursday. Brings the bell, the 4-way test, the flag. Everything keeps us in. We just want to acknowledge Jeremy Thomas for the Service of Upstep. Another one that probably could have been closer up to the front.
Thanks, Chad.
But yeah, man.
So I'm the ugliest?
No, not yet. No, but you're good. We appreciate everything you do for the club, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. Next award is a good friend of mine who we've become good friends over the last few years since I first met him. He doesn't need an introduction, but I'll give him a quick one. Terry McMillian.
Yeah.
This is the Club Support Award, and as Larry mentioned earlier, since day one, when Terry joined the club, he's videoed every club meeting, the program, and puts it on YouTube and shares it. So especially during COVID, when we weren't really able to meet, or we met, remotely, where there was just a handful of members that would come, well, Terry would video it, and it would keep the club members, involved and aware of what's going on in the club. But not only does he do this for Rotary, but you see Terry all over the town at almost any event. He's got his camera set up there, and he's recording everything, most of the time at no charge. So he donates, no telling how much time Terry has donated to the community, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. Well, probably one of the reasons why I keep my camera rolling, when I was like a little freshman at North Carolina State, the guy told me, said, make sure you keep the camera rolling all the time. You can't retrieve anything, so I do. But it made me feel, Dave, made me feel good because your son said, like the last one. So I feel good that I'm not the beast.
You're not the last.
Terry's a natural comedian. At Christmas, he did a video of him and his dog by the fireplace. It was awesome. We missed it. All right, this next award goes out to one of my favorite people in the world. He's been involved with Rotary. He moved back to Sanford after college, went to ECU with us. He married my sister. Hint, hint. It's not John Cowell. But he's been an awesome member of the community. He's also involved behind the scenes when you go to all these events and all these ribbon cuttings and these awesome socials that you see in Sanford. There's usually beer there, and it's usually because Mike Steck showed up with his trailer and he skipped out of a job where he's got to run a kitchen, order food, make the beer, count the money. I mean, all hands on deck. And he still comes out and provides us with great beer to drink and hang out so we can socialize. And he's also been very gracious to let us meet at his establishment once a month or every other month now at the Camelback Brewing Company. Mike left a really good job planning in Durham to make beer. He was making beer in Dad's garage, and I think Dad was kind of trying to get his garage back. This science, Mom was trying to. We're going to be honest.
It was fun with me.
Everybody loved having beer made at the garage, except for Mom. It was awesome. It was free. It was great times. Then Mom ruined it all. But we opened up that window to you guys so you can enjoy great beer as well. want to give this to Mike Steck, Service Above Self Award, for allowing us to meet at his establishment and provide us with great tasty beverages.
Just happy to be a part of it overall. I mean, it takes all of us to do it, and that's been proven. And I mean, I got two of my best friends up here, you know, so to serve with them, and you know, my father-in-law David, he invited me to join the Rotary, and it was it's never looked back. It's been a great experience, and I don't know. People put a lot of time, and I always feel like I could do more, but it really does take a whole community of Rotarians to make it work. So I thank everybody here, and I appreciate it.
This was on the bottom, but I just pulled it up because he's not here. I'll tell you, Jeff Townsend also, he's an awesome dude. He lets us use the smoking barrel to have our service club meetings, and I love this guy. I've done a lot of good adventuring with him, and when he joined Rotary, when he gets involved with something, he goes 100%, and he's been like that to our club. So he couldn't make it tonight, but we just wanted to say thank you to Jeff Townsend.
And now we're down to our last award. So you know what that means? It's the least appealing person that is in the room. But it gives me great pleasure to give my son Chad Spivey this certificate for his service as president of the Jonesboro Rotary Missionary. He's done a great job, and Chad is also very involved in the community and all kinds of things. We have, I think, 4 river accesses now for kayaking, canoeing, that would not be here if he hadn't have pestered the guys from Raleigh for about 6 or 7 years. Phone calls every week, emails, and so now we have, well, you correct me, I think we have more river access points than any county in North Carolina. Right?
Almost. We got 2 more to do.
2 more to do, okay. But anyway, Chad's been involved, mentoring, like a Big Brother program, just all kinds of stuff, involved at church. So anyway, congratulations on a great year, Chad.
Appreciate it. Amazing how I ended up last, for real. Jeez, I would not have cut that joke if I knew I was on the bottom of the pile.
Next mayor.
Anyway, but no, I appreciate it. It has been an awesome year. It's been a very interesting year. I am a little sad that, Jonesboro's coming to an end, but I'm also happy because I grew up in a family where all my grandparents were in clubs, and those clubs no longer exist. The Civitan clubs, the JCs, and they don't exist anymore because they didn't change with the times. And that's not what Rotary is about. Like, we have literally, every time there's been a big culture shift, a big shift in technology, we've always been on board, and we've made the right moves to keep this club growing and serving our community. And that's why you see all of us here tonight, right? And joining with Sanford is the next greatest step to keep us being the dominant community service club in our county. And I say that kind of braggadociously because I do like everything that the Kiwanians do and all that, but I mean, I think being a Rotarian, it's really an honor. It's not something you do to put on your resume, but it's really about service above self. And it's been a blessing. I mean, we did a great kayaking trip the first 6 months. We did Flight for Hope, Hops for Hope. What else did we do? We did a show with Sanford at Kiwanis. We went and watched together. We did, what are all the things we've done?
Temple Theater.
Temple Theater shows. And we had about 5 or 6. Yep, that's right, the duck race down by the river. So we really busted it out the first 6 months. And the second 6 months was trying to get this merger to happen. And I'm glad it's happening, and I really think it's going to be better for Rotary going forward. I think with the numbers that we have combining with Sanford, their leadership, and our service-minded, energetic folks, it's going to be a great marriage. And I am happy to be a part of that. I am happy to be the last president of the Jonesboro Rotary Club. No hard feelings, Robert. What you chartered was amazing. And there are a lot of accolades. Larry brought some memorabilia the other day at our last meeting, and we were talking about all the great times we've had. But okay, and we are going to do some pots of gold tickets. And I do want to say this, not because I'm the president, but when you leave, you do have to pay for your meal. The beer was free, so don't just roll out. We got the meal. She's got a scanner over there, but the beer's on the house tonight, and we're going to do some raffle tickets. Now that I'm officially the ugliest member of the Jonesboro Rotary Club. And this will be the final year-end raffle tonight. All right, and Debbie, Debbie's going to come up and say something right before we do the raffle. Sorry.
I'm going to put my district hat on, which is a great hat to put on. Thank you all for recognizing Larry and his position in the grants for our district. I have been in other districts because I've been in Rotary for over 30 years. And when I came to this district, when I said I was in Jonesboro, Larry's name always came up. And especially when I talked about, one of my loves is what we do. To me, that is who we are. That is the magic of Rotary, is the grants and the service that we do. And so I just want you all to know, and Larry, our district truly appreciates everything you did, because I know when you started, this district was not doing very much in grants, and that's what I heard. And basically, Larry, you helped turn our district around and give our district the heart for doing global grants outside of our communities. So just to say thank you so much for all you did for our district and global grants. And then I'd like to thank David Spivey, because you heard all the accolades, and we all know all of the things that David does for this club. David does the same thing at the district level. He's been AG 3 times, and probably if you put the 3 months here or this, he was always willing, anytime the district needed any help anywhere in this area. They always could call on David, and it was always a yes, what can I do for you? And so David, thank you from the district for everything that you have done. You have pulled us out, and you know what I'm talking about. Many tight positions, many tight areas to keep our area going. So thank you. Thank you very much. And this year, I have the Governor's Bronze Club Award given by the Governor, Ron Pierce. It was, we gave the awards at the district conference, and Chad was not able to be there. So Chad, I would like to present this to you, the Governor's Award for Jonesboro.
Well, it's been an awesome year, and I'll say it again. This is a special club. It's not a club of just thoughts. We put those thoughts in actions, and we're about it. So let's continue to be about it with our brothers and sisters in Sanford. Let's not slack up in our fundraising and our camaraderie, and let's just show them what we can bring to the table. So thank you again. Appreciate it.
Okay, pots of gold. You know how many we got? 2, 3 at least, right? I have no idea.
All right.
We're going to draw 3. I
We're
think
going
it's
to empty the charitable account.
okay. Miss Martha, you want to?
What is the final?
This is our final meeting.
Oh, then there's a lot of, you better call him.
That's the
There
problem.
should be a lot of
You
them.
gotta wait.
I think it's.
We ought to do the end of June for the big ones.
I think they were.
With,
This is last week.
we could still do the Jonesboro last meeting. Or Jonesboro. in the Jeep, because that's what the advertising.
So no drawing.
Well, there's at least a couple of weeks. Okay, I don't know. I think there's
At
two.
least do two.
Okay, we're gonna draw two. Yeah, we're gonna wait on.
I'm trying to get Jim live on the phone.
Okay, great.
And he's not answering.
He does.
He has caller ID.
Yeah. No, he turns it off.
Thank you.
I think that's a good, seriously, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea to probably just draw two, which is
We'll
our
do
regular
two,
ones.
which
And
will be
then the year
$100.
end, we still have time throughout the month of June. We can do the finals, the next coming weeks.
Remotely. We can do it virtual for
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll publish it to the bulletin.
you. Okay, Miss Martin,
We just
do the honors. Let's draw one out. Dig. Dig. Okay, Linda Moore.
Oh,
Talking about
Larry
Larry.
Aiken.
yeah.
Take a picture of that. There you go.
Take a picture.
Just gotta go back to the bid.
She's Kiwanis, right?
Yeah.
She's a member
So give her a
of
hand.
Kiwanis.
I'm sure she'll donate back.
We buy tickets from her, so she buys tickets
One
from
more. Ah, Brett Marisite, sold by yours truly.
Jeremy Thomas. All right, well, we appreciate everybody coming tonight. All right, and I will lead us all in the four-way test, and then we'll do our pledge of allegiance, and then you are free to pay for your meal and go. All right.
But before you go,
The four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First, is it true?
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thanks so much.